It was an epic county clash on the gridiron as a few football teams look to survive and advance in the regional playoffs. Welcome to Sports Wire. I'm Will Catterley. We start with Class 6, where Highland Springs would play host to Glen Allen. The Springers, the number 2 seed, were used to playing at home in these huge games year after year. Meanwhile, Glen Allen was looking to advance to the regional championship game for the first time in school history. What it all added up to was an instant classic. To a cold, wet, and windy Highland Springs High School we go underneath the Friday night lights. Springers, Jags, let's get this party started. Springers, after stopping Glen Allen's first opening drive, Highland Springs drive looking good, and they would do a lot of this. Nelson Lane, the quarterback run game was paramount, really for both teams. Lane picking up a first down, deep inside Glen Allen territory, inside the 20-yard line. However, Glen Allen's defense stops Duron Ferguson, and the Springers would have to settle for this. Number 13, Harvey Anderson, the kicker, with the field goal would give them a 3-0 lead. Meanwhile, on defense, bringing the hammer are the Springers. Number 15 doing the damage, Diego Enriquez. Nice stop defensively, and then Springers right back to action. A little short pass, kind of an extension of the running game. Lane connects, finds Jalen Padmore, and then same drive, second quarter, more of this run game. Here comes Lane, and add 15 yards for a late hit out of bounds would lead to this. Lane, a little Australian rules football, drops the football, fumbles it, goes right back into his breadbasket, and he's got the touchdown. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. Looks like Springers are going to win this one in a rout. They got a 10-0 lead. Oh, it ain't over. Not by a long shot, because Dallas Chavis and Glen Allen have other ideas. So does Nana Utsi. Great ground game for both teams in this one. That would be a first down. Chavis reversing fields, and then Utsi through the air, firing, finding his man, number 4, Leroy Lewis. Good enough for the first down. It would lead to this. Utsi dialing up his own number. Utsi, good for a first down. Nana Utsi. And Glen Allen would actually go up tempo because they're like, Springers can't stop our quarterback run, and QB1 gonna have some fun. Touchdown, Jags! We got a 10-7 ball game. 5:09 to go in the second quarter. Still in that second quarter, Springers to punt. Tricky Highland Springs. They do the fake. The pass is incomplete, though. Momentum changer, you betcha. Glen Allen gets the football back. Highland Springs gonna stop him with a sack. Nana Utsi goes down. Springers relying on that defense, not letting Glen Allen take advantage. 10-7 after the half. Same score, though. This time Springers do punt. Third quarter, big-time return right in your living room. Number 3 getting it done. It is Cam Tiller. That would lead to this. Glen Allen. Who else? Nana Utsi. Second rushing touchdown of the night. Just like that, Glen Allen was down 10-0. They lead 14-10 at Highland Springs. Springers coming right back. Nelson Lane, run of his own. Good for a first down. Lane rushed 19 times for 130 yards in this game. 130 yards rushing. Duron Ferguson just rounding like a manimal. Part man, part animal. Touchdown, Springers inside the 5, where he took the carry, and he gives Highland Springs a lead right back. 17-13, 6:26 to go. So, Glen Allen looking for answers. Guess who? It's Nana Utsi. Utsi, in case you were wondering, he carried the football 18 times for 131 yards himself. Between Utsi and Lane, they combined it for over 260 yards rushing. And then Utsi on 4th and goal, incomplete. The Springers, maybe the difference in this one, big stops deep in their territory. Goal line stand would be huge. Paramount for Highland Springs defense in this one. However, fourth quarter, same score. Nana Utsi and Glen Allen get it back. Nana Utsi on 4th and a 1.5 foot. Does he have it? They're going to have to bring out the chains. Is this another 4th down stop for Highland Springs? It is by a matter of inches. Springers get another key stop and hold on to that 3-point lead, and it's about to grow because very next play, first offensive play after the turnover, Duron Ferguson
Looks like he's going to lose yards. Nope, he's going to run for about 65 yards. Huge gain for Ferguson, and it would set up Highland Springs for this. Deep in Glen Allen territory, they see a shot to take a 2-score lead. Why not give it to a man named Evan Ford? Remember that slogan? Have you driven a Ford lately? Well, Evan Ford gonna finish this drive by driving the Springers into the end zone. 21-yard touchdown run, and Evan Ford drives the Springers back to a 10-point lead. It is 23-13 at this point. Utzi, though, and Glen Allen not done. Utzi fires, finds his man. Then, next play, down the middle. Got a seam, got a receiver. It's number 5, Dallas Chavis. And then, off the tippy toes, Chavis to the end zone. Touchdown, Glen Allen. And it's 23-20. Jags trailing, but with only 1:35 to go and only one timeout. They need to get the onside kick. Great kick, great hop. Better special teams. Springers, Carter Reed retains possession for the Springers. They survive and advance. 23-20, your final.
I mean, the guys came through big, and that's what you got to have. Nobody cares about how you get it done. You just want to get it done. And once you get the opportunity to get it done, you know, man, you feel a little bit better. They made a couple adjustments down in the third quarter that kind of really helped. And then we have 2 fourth-down stops that were huge, one in the third quarter, one in the fourth quarter, that just helped us win the ball game, to be honest with you.
An amazing season comes to a close for Glen Allen. Meanwhile, Highland Springs will travel to top-seeded Oscar Smith with the regional championship and a spot in states on the line. Just up the road on Route 5, Varina was trying to advance to the regional finals themselves in Class 4. The Blue Devils have been on fire ever since their opening game loss. Since that time, they've won them all, including earning a W against their rivals, Highland Springs. But the Blue Devils would welcome Huguenot, a team that had not lost all season. And sure, the Falcons may not have had as tough a schedule as Varina, but they did blow out LC Bird on their journey, and a win at Varina would silence all doubters.
To the winner go the spoils. On Route 5, Varina, Huguenot. The winner will travel to Dinwiddie, get a chance to play right after Thanksgiving on a Saturday afternoon. Huguenot, of course, as I said, coming into this one undefeated on the year. Have they played anyone as good as Varina? That was the question. And the Varina defense said, no, they have not. Sack right there, the stop. And then Varina's offense, KJ Weiss says they haven't dealt with a quarterback like me either. He gets a run around the right side, round the right side, round the right side, all the way inside. Huguenot Falcon 35-yard line. It would set it up for this. KJ, empty backfield, KJ. Don't give him a lane. Ooh, he put that one on a dime. Frozen rope. KJ Weiss connecting to Damari Carter. Touchdown, Blue Devils, 7-0 Varina. 4:18 to go, MD first. More Blue Devils still in the first. KJ Weiss says, yeah, I'll roll around the left side. And he'll take it inside the Huguenot 20-yard line. The theme of Sports Wire this week, running quarterbacks. Of course, we saw that he could throw it too. By the way, they probably practiced this a lot in the week heading up to the game. This is probably easier than any practice end-around run. Touchdown, Varina. You can run for miles, Mr. Anderson. And he does just that. 13-0 Varina at this point, 31.7 to go. Meanwhile, defense still getting all over the quarterback. Huguenot says, we're going to try to run it ourselves. No, you ain't. Not against this defense, not against this front, not against Derek White and company. Defensive end makes a stop there. It'd be a 13-0 lead at the half. Second half, Huguenot finally getting something going in their passing game, but their receivers were paying a price. Big-time hit. My goodness gracious, Mr. White. Derek White, DW, all over that one. So was number 11, Mr. Jaden Walker. They were putting the boom on the receivers. That was a 4th down try. Would not get it. It would lead to this. Varina. They just won the battle up front in this one, not going to lie. Up front, running the football as well. Devin Henderson, the recipient on that one, carrying the rock for a first. And then look at all the time that KJ has. And that's tough on a defense because you got to corral him and stop him doing this. That's a 1st down and goal for Varina. Set up, easy squeezy, lemon peasy inside the Huguenot 5. and they can put this one on ice with a three-score advantage. Easy for me to say, much easier for Devin Henderson to do. And that dance, well, there's going to be a flag, but the touchdown would stand. 19-0, and he looks better in the end zone than probably me trying to do it. Special teams for Varina coming through again. The block punt and the touchdown. You kidding me? Number 11 on the recovery, Jaden Walker, Texas Ranger. All Varina at this point, and the Blue Devils flexing their muscles. 26-0 with 4:21 to go in the third. Last chance for Huguenot. I got it. I don't got it. Nope, Varina's got it. And Varina, the defense, pitches a shutout against formerly undefeated Huguenot. Blue Devils looking good. They'll head to Dinwiddie. 26-0 is your final.
And yes, next up for Varina is top-seeded Dinwiddie on the road. Highlights will be on the next edition of SportsWire. And while the football season is just winding down, basketball is just around the corner, and the Lady Freeman Mavericks have been getting in a lot more practice time lately. I'll explain straight ahead.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to SportsWire. With basketball quickly approaching, teams from across the county are doing everything they can to be ready for opening night. But in the case of the Douglas Freeman girls team, that means extra practices and a much smaller gym for the seniors and a lot of younger kids as well.
If the MC doesn't give it to you and she passes it back out, 3 seconds, you got to go in and get her right out, okay?
Head coach John Larkins and the Freeman Mavericks get ready for the upcoming season.
Okay, I want to make something clear.
But some Freeman seniors have already been quite busy in the last few months.
John? Let's go.
The Mavs were trying to buck what looked like a disturbing trend.
I also, in my duties as varsity coach here at Freeman, coach at the local middle school, Tuckahoe. And one of the things I started to see is that for a variety of reasons, a lot of young girls in our community weren't playing basketball.
A stark contrast to the Freeman senior class.
I played basketball since I was 6. So it's been just like my favorite activity and like what I do for fun for the past 12 years. So I definitely would just love to see that love for basketball continue past like after I graduate.
So Larkins and the Mavs came up with a plan.
I reached out through a friend to the principal at Ridge and wanted to see if we could offer an enrichment activity after school hours at Ridge that parents could have their kids, young daughters attend and learn a little basketball, but also have some good role models and some older young women to look up to.
So that's exactly what they did. Starting in September, every Tuesday, senior players met with the elementary kids at Ridge.
3, 2, 1.
The student athletes suddenly turned teachers. We're about to learn a little less about patience.
From the first day, it was clearly all over the place.
All these girls doing cartwheels, wanting to like make TikToks, and just like very energetic.
They finally cooled down a little bit after we kind of voiced what we needed them to do. And they listened to us very well,
They were very high energy and asking a lot of questions. Short attention spans, it was a lot, and I don't think I came in with like the right headspace like for that.
But it wouldn't take long for them to put it all together.
We put them in groups and activities and just kind of rotated through that with like shooting, dribbling, and passing.
Breaking them down, I'm able to teach them defense or I'm able to teach them shooting one day. They're able to pick up on these little skills because it's all about the little things.
I would literally just have them stand in the front of the basket and I would kind of try to explain to them like how to shoot, like, you know, put your hand under the ball and then this as your guide hand. Watching them, some of them would make it and they would just get so excited, so that was kind of my favorite part, like watching them have pride in themselves, like after just making a basket and like enjoying what they're doing.
Now they like know our names. They're like excited to like come up and like hug you and like, oh my gosh, hey, how have you been doing? Oh my gosh, can I get a piggyback ride?
The Freeman and Ridge relationship cuts both ways.
They are like superheroes, you know, to some of these little girls who look up to them. They themselves learn confidence, organization, and that they are also a role model.
Communication has definitely been a big part of it, but yeah, like at Freeman, some of my closest friends are on the basketball team, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that we do so much like outside of just normal basketball practices together, and we're trying to help other people together, so it definitely builds the team community and the team environment.
I've always been like the young girl who hasn't really like stepped out of my shell, but as I started to get older and basketball has helped me become a leader. I've always been some type of leader on my team, has always helped somebody come into basketball.
Showing girls that there's more to life than just being on their phones, and that basketball and sports and just staying active in general is a very important part of your life.
Whether or not we win basketball games or we have people go off and explore in college, right? Giving back to the school community, people who, you know, might need a little extra help every now and then, I think will hopefully stay with them, and they'll continue to do that as they get older and move on in life.
Coach Larkins and the Mavs will continue their after-school basketball camp with Ridge for the rest of the school year and hope to continue it in the years to come. Well, let's get hyped up for hoops. Why not? After all, the regular season starts right as the calendar turns to December. When we return, we look ahead at what should be yet another great year on the hardwood.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig. Welcome back to the show. Well, as basketball gets ready to take center stage, teams from around the area look to build off of last year's success. Many made the playoffs last season and are poised to make another run in 2025. Still others will be after individual honors and accolades as well. So here's to another exciting basketball season here in Henrico. In the news business, they call it burying the lead. That means not starting the show with the biggest news, or in this case, the biggest sporting event. And of course, I'm talking about turkey bowling. To Dumbarton Elementary School we go.
And yes, it is exactly as it sounds. There's a 30-pound frozen butterball turkey. Those are bowling pins at Dumbarton Elementary School, celebrating upcoming Turkey Day with a turkey. And, you know, everybody does their turkey different. Everyone has their own recipe. At Dumbarton, evidently, they like to tenderize their meat by hurtling it across the cafetorium stage. Right at, so that kid's like, I'm getting the heck out of the way before you throw this, teacher. She's going to knock that down. That's 10 pins. They weren't counting score. I was. They should have been. I mean, honestly, it was more raucous here than it was at Highland Springs for playoff football. So, Harry Lee, you got to get those fans up at Oscar Smith. But in all honesty, they even had parents. Look at this. I think she's a cheerleading coach. They even had parents come up and toss that 30-pound frozen butterball bird. This guy's going to do that whole, oh, it's so heavy. Oh, my goodness. Seriously, though, all kidding aside, this is a fun event. Kids earned it because kudos to the kids, kudos to the parents, to the teachers. Yeah, he does the countdown. He's going to throw this off the stage. They raised over 1,800 canned food items for the Christmas Mother, so lots of families in need. This holiday season, this winter season for Christmas and the like, will not go hungry. And, of course, no event to this magnitude can't end without the chicken dance. Celebrating eating turkey, of course.
And that's the gift that keeps on giving. Remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address, sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us. Follow us on X and watch us on YouTube. And however you prepare your turkey, if you even go with turkey, have a fantastic holiday, and I can't wait to see ya next time on SportsWire.